Hello! In this video, we're going to talk about the mindset of business owners, and then we're going to give you an example of businesses during COVID, and give you some examples and maybe some even personal examples. So let's get right to it. So, business owners and entrepreneurs, they classify things as either an asset or a liability. So, an asset is something that brings money in. A liability is something that takes money away from your business or your finances. So that's just an easy way. So let's look at it. So with a car, for example, that that brings money, or that takes money out because it loses value. Whereas buying a home or investing in a home, that actually increases as it goes up, because as we know, rent is always going up, it's never going down, right? So that would be an example of liability versus asset. So in everything that you see, kind of like a need or a want, kind of, you can look at it as that way as well. Like so you can look at everything as either, okay, is that gonna be good for the long run, or is it just good for right now, but then eventually we're going to have these recurring payments on whatever you bought. So the way that I think about it is, as far as the business of or the mindset of business owners and entrepreneurs, is like buying Jordans. Everyone knows Michael Jordan shoes. Buying a pair as opposed to buying stocks. Well, buying a pair, it's good for at that moment, and that's more like a liability. Whereas buying stocks, now you own a piece of the company, of the Jordan brand, and in looking at that way, you're looking at long term, buying the business, part of Michael Jordan's business, which is going to continue to grow, or just buying one shoes, which is good a short term, like, oh man, that's awesome, you got some new shoes, but it doesn't really sustain its value unless you just don't wear it at all, and you probably just keep it in a box like many of us do, and sell it at a later date. Well, then I guess in that way that can be an asset, that can be a good thing too. But so those are the mindsets of business owners and entrepreneurs. So let me get to my second point that I wanted to talk about today. So is businesses during the COVID. So during COVID, there was a lot of relief in the form of loans and other kind of monies. There was a program called PPP for any of those who were owning their businesses or had side hustles or something like that. PPP is a paycheck protection program. And the amount of a PPP loan was approximately equal to 2.5 times the applicant's average monthly payroll cost. So the loan proceeds may be used to cover payroll, rent, interest, and utilities. So that was one of the programs. And that was under the CARES Act, which is the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act. So another program was the EIDL, or the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. And these are examples of programs that actually gave money to small business owners, gig workers, like people that worked as Uber drivers, stuff like that, freelancers. And pretty much if you owned a business or you did something as a side hustle, you were able to qualify to get some money from the government. So that was really cool. So during this time, a lot of companies got relief, and a lot of them were forgiven as well, as especially with the PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program. People got those loans forgiven, which I did. So that's just awesome. So if you owned a business before February of 2020 and you had a business account, you would qualify. Or if you owned a business or something like that, there was lots of ways to qualify, using your social security, using your business checking account information. But the bottom line was there was about 3 more programs that you could have gotten instead of just getting that one program, which was a stimulus check, which most of the Americans got if you fit under those guidelines, where you got $1,200 for the head of household, the mother and father, or if you're single, or and you got $600 for each dependent. I guess it was 18 years old or younger. So now we're headed to a second stimulus. Congress has voted, and I believe I saw in the news lately that we're going to get another round, but this time only $600 for stimulus. But there's also more money for PPP, or a Paycheck Protection Program. So how cool is that? So if you're doing something right now, like you're tutoring, that's a business. You mow lawns on the side, that's a business. You like to do woodwork, that's a business. You do Uber, that's a business. So all of those things, you can actually make money and get more money from the government and relief and qualify for more loans and trade lines and stuff like that just by virtue of owning a business. So think about that. Own a business and have that business mind frame. If you like this video, like and subscribe, share, and I would be so grateful. Thank you.